A Brass Instrument Guide. Chapter 1. The Brass Instruments. Brass Instrument Info. The brass instruments are the blowing air instruments that use a mouthpiece, unlike the woodwinds which use reeds. These are instruments like the trumpet, trombone, French horn, tuba, etc. Try number 788 at the library. Brass instrument resources at the DED website web.archive.org/web/2018/http//www.ibew.co.uk. A good website for brass instruments. A list of UK brass organisations at https://web.archive.org/web/2018/009fw_www.ibew.org.uk/link06.htm. It's hard to find lists like this. Brass instrument websites at cali.org/en/arts/music/instruments/wines/brass. Subcategories: ensembles, horn, trombone, trumpet, tuba, euphonium, and baritone horn. Early instruments. Events, makers, manufacturers, music publishers. Serial numbers. Bachbrass.com, Bach Brass. History of instruments and mouthpieces designed by Vincent Bach starting in 1918 in New York, now sold by Selmer, with drawings and technical information. TheBrassHerald.com, The Brass Herald. Online magazine for brass musicians. Angelfire.com/oh/Ebeltotenorfhorn/index.html, the EB/F pitched brass instrument page. Information about a wide variety of brass instruments. Embouchures.com. An informational site for brass players with embouchure problems or lip injuries. Historicbrass.org, the Historic Brass Society. History of brass instruments, journal information, publications. Hosaphone.com, Hosaphone headquarters. Homepage for the low-cost musical valveless trumpet-like brass wind instrument. Musicforbrass.com, Music for Brass. Articles on instrument performance, musicians' income tax, sheet music, and CDs. Brass instrument websites. abimusic.com. acoustics.org. activemusician.com. altrui.net/site/brassmusic/section.php. angelfire.com/nv/jetucker/earlybrass.html. angelfire.com/oh/Ebeltotenorfhorn. answers.com/topic/brass-instrument. apollobrass.com. artsalive.ca/en/mus/instrumentlab/brass.html. artsge.kennedy-center.org. aswltd.com/brass.htm. audiomastermind.com, wines, brass instrument manufacturers. bachbrass.com. bbc.co.uk/music/parents/learning an instrument/trumpet_article.shtml. bbc.co.uk/radio3/classical/on music/instruments_brass.shtml. bellflowermusic.com. finecases.com. samsh.com. cybermusicalinstruments.com. giardinelli.com. instrumentpro.com. mysimon.com/brass-instruments-and-accessories. besson.com/instruments_main.asp. brass.co.uk. brassarts.com. brass-forum.co.uk. brass-forum.co.uk. brassinstrumentworkshop.com. brassandwoodwind.com.au. cmeabasection.org/brass/brassweb.html. cyberjazz.com. dallasmusic.org. datadragon.com/education/instruments/brass.html docs.co.uk deltime.com/xdn-musical_instruments-brass_instruments deutsches-museum.de/aus-stel/dower/music/e_music4.htm dmamusic.org/acousticoils, power acoustic oils for brass and woodwinds dmamusic.org/tromba/ensley-brass.html dsokids.com earlymusicchicago.org/instruments_brass.htm eddylewis.com/trumpet/litreviews/trptbr048.htm edwards-instruments.com eggerinstruments.ch eggerinstruments.ch electricbluesclub.co.uk/brassinstruments.html e-m-s.com/cat/brass/brass.htm emusician.com/mag/emusic_brass_tactics en.wikipedia.org/wiki/brass_instrument en.wikipedia.org/wiki/brass_instruments en.wikipedia.org/wiki/category:brass_instruments enchantedlearning.com/language/label/brass-instruments enchantedlearning.com/language/german/label/brass-instruments floridabrass.com gabbf.com/abb/instrume.html galileo-brass.de getson.com giardinelli.com harmony-central.com harrogate.co.uk/harrogate-band/link05.htm harrogateband.org historicbrass.org hornus.com hypermusic.ca/inst/brass.html ibowtie.com/stepup.html brass forum johnpacker.co.uk/repairs/brass.asp jupitermusic.com kbbmusic.co.nz/brass.htm kendavies.net/resources/instrument links/brasslinks.html khbrass.com kidport.com/reflib/music/instruments/brassinster.htm lawsonhorns.com lib.washington.edu/music/instruments.html library/instrument.html library.thinkquest.org/15413/instruments/brass.htm library.thinkquest.org/5116/brass.htm mathcs.duq.edu/tilde-iben/brass.htm matthewparkertrumpets.com missouri.edu/xeric/loc/brass.html music.ecu.edu/courses/brass/bmhp.html music.vt.edu/musicdictionary/textb/brassinstruments.html music123.com musicarts.com musicaviva.com interstatemusic.com musicalinstruments.com bmcmusicsource.com musictreasures.com pro-music-news.com fineartsbrass.co.uk musicgroup.com musichem.com/articles/corrosion_in_brass_instruments.htm musiciansfriend.com musiciansnews.com/windbrass musicity.com/brass.html musiclink.co.uk/brass/index.html musicamounts.org/instruments/wind/brass musicamounts.org/instruments/wind/brass musicamounts.org/instruments/win/brass/links. musicroom.com. anyillins.com/brass.hdm. ngfl.northumberland.gov.uk/music/orchestra/brass.hdm. numbera.com/music-theory/mechanics/brass.aspx. or symphony.org/edu/instruments/brass.html. peoplesound.com/artist/works for brass instruments. philparker.co.uk. physical.unsw.edu.au/jw/brassacoustics.html. playmusic.org/brass. playmusic.org/brass/index.html. prowines.com. raisonsbrassband.com. rayburnmusic.com. samush.com. shilkamusic.com. sheridanbrass.com. siba.fi/kulturipalvalut/instruments.html. starland.co.uk. thebrassbow.com. tulsaband.com. textmouthpieceexpress.com. bachbrass.com. giardinelli.com/brass. usd.edu/smm/brass.html. whc.net/rjones/brassrsc.html. wichitaband.com. wildcatband.com. windplayer.com, online publication for woodwind and brass players. woodwindandbrass.co.uk. www.bw.com. milesofmusic.net/bandinstirumentcasas.html. www.brass-d13.music. yamaha.com. yamaha-europe.com. French horn/French horn player. The French horn is a brass instrument with tubing wrapped into a coil. It has 3 valves like a trumpet. hornsociety.org. able.hive.no/oj/music-k/trumpet_n_horn.html. activemusician.com. af.mil/band/employ/f_horn.asp, regional band audition requirements. ahajokes.com/fhorn.html. angelfire.com/fl/chipmunk1981/frenchhorn.html. answers.com/topic/horn. archives.cnn.com/2001/career/trends/03/15/New York phil.horn61. artsawards.org/disciplines/music/music specs frenchhorn.htm. bartleby.com/65/fr/frenchho.html. bbc.co.uk/orchestras/guides/french_horn.shtml. bestmusicco.com. blinklist.com/tag/horn. bmcmusicsource.com. boerger.org/horn. boerger.org/horn/faq.shtml. boerger.org/horn/finger.shtml. books.dreambook.com/cricket1/horn.html. brassandwoodwind.com.au/newfrenchhorns.html. brixtonpublications.com/french_horn-3.html. cbbrown.com/info/musicinstrumental.html. centerstedchicago.com/music/who's-who/styles/frenchhorn.html. charlescolin.com/frenchhorn. childrensmusicworkshop.com/instruments/horn/index.html. classicsforkids.com/terms/terms.asp. classicweb.com/horn.htm. closedeyes.net/horn. cmu.edu/cfa/music/pre-college/brochures/whornclinic.pdf, summer French horn clinic. cnd.mcgill.ca/bios/glass/french_horn.htm. cnx.org/content/col10219/latest31. cnx.org/content/m11617/latest713, French horn, brass instrument. corno.de/schmid. davidfrenchmusic.com/rentals/French_horn.htm. dornpub.com/ken/jazzfrhrn.html. ehow.com, how to buy a French horn. ehow.com, how to clean a French horn. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/French_horn. en.wiktionary.org/wiki/horn. enchantedlearning.com/music/label/French horn. encoremusic.com. encoremusic.com/horn. encyclopedia.com/html/f/frenchho.asp. fcgate.fcasd.edu/dan_tra/horn.html. findcases.com/browse/cases/brasswind-family/French-horn-cases.html. free-scores.com. french-horn.be. frhorn.com. garaitan.com/tutorial/gpo_French horn tutorial.html. giardinelli.com. groups.msn.com/French horn world. horn.encoremusic.com. horndogblog.com. horndoggy.com. horndoggy.com/horn/French_horn.htm. hornplanet.com. hornplayer.net. hornplayer.net/teachers.asp. hornroller.com. horns.reviewcenter.com/products1086.html. hornsaplenty.com. hornspot.com. hornworld.com. hypermusic.ca/inst/fhorn.html. indianahorns.org. kellymouthpieces.com/French_horn.asp. ken.crawley.org. lessons.anysubject.com/French-horn.asp. library.thinkquest.org/5116/French_horn.htm. mathcs.duq.edu/iben/fhorn.htm. mead-hall.com/horn.html. mouthpieceexpress.com. munseyWines.com. musanim.com/mam/hornstop.htm. music.ecu.edu/courses/brass/horn.html. music.ou.edu/applied/horn/studio.html, University of Oklahoma Horn Studio. music.oyoa.edu/miss.frenchhorn.html. music123.com. musiciansfriend.com. musicamounts.org/instruments/wind/brass/French_horn. musicamounts.org/instruments/wind/brass/French_horn/links. music-scores.com/horn/composer.php. organstops.org/f/Frenchhorn.html. phy-astr.gsu.edu/hbase/music/french.html. phy-astr.gsu.edu/hbase/music/french.html. playmusic.org/brass/Frenchhorn.html. public.asu.edu/Sir-Tomas. samsh.com, 800-4 Samash. schools.portnet.k12.ny.us/didadesky/French_horn.htm. sheetmusicplus.com. si.umich.edu/chico/instruments/pages/frnchorn_gnrl.html. smartmusic.com. stagepass.com/instruction. technerati.com/blog/French plus sign horn. thefrenchhorn.net thefrenchhorn.net/jokes.html themusicedge.com/moxie/school/bander/ch/the-french-horn.html ugoto.com/videos/french-horn.html vincentchancy.com warburton-usa.com/catalog-fhorn.htm wingedheart.com/fhsband/hornjokes.html www.bw.com yamaha.com youthmusic.org.uk/endangered_species/french-horn1.html zollnerartcenter.org/ncc_french_horn.html sousaphone/sousaphone player. The sousaphone is the big brass instrument in some marching bands, named after John Philip Sousa, the famous march composer and conductor. Answers.com/topic/bass-horn-sousaphone-tuba answers.com/topic/sousaphone bachbrass.com/mouthpiece/mouth22.html commons.wikimedia.org/wiki/sousaphone en.wikipedia.org/wiki/sousaphone findcases.com/browse/cases/brasswind-family/sousaphone-cases.html galactic-guide-articles/8r83.html jupitermusic.com/sousa_brass.html jwpepper.com/history/sousa.html marchingbandplanet.com dylanmusic.com/new_horns/sousaphones.html mesupply.com/sousaphones-d music.vt.edu/musicdictionary/texts/sousaphone.html reference.com/encyclopedias/sousaphone-groups.msn.com/sousaphone-and-tuba-central rwebster.com/sousaphones.htm sheetmusicplus.com sousaphone.info wordwebonline.com/en/sousaphone yourmusicshop.com/s/sousaphone trombone/trombone player. The trombone was developed from the trumpet. The name trombone is from Italian. It means big trumpet. It's harder to play than a trumpet because there are no specific valves. You have to get a feel for sliding the one valve in and out at specific distances. There are 7 of these pitches or notes. Trombone and tuba music is written in the bass clef. ita-web.org, International Trombone Association. 8notes.com, Girl Trombone Player. ActiveMusician.com. AdrianMears.com. AllAboutJazz.com. allaboutjazz.com/php/article.php?id=231 answers.com/topic/trombone-player apollobrass.com/teaching/avocational.html archmartin.com/links.htm audiomastermind.com, wines, brass instrument manufacturers windplayer.com/trombone.html, the trombone page baylor.edu/content/services/document.php/58123.pdf, trombone homepage basstrombone.nl, the New Orleans area trombone player cartoons.talk.com/directory/t/trombone_player.asp culturekiosk.com/jazz/features/glenferris.html davefowler.20m.com/links_trombone.html ebay.com illustrations.com/trombone-goo.htm en.wikipedia.org/wiki/paul_left_trombone_player right parenthesis en.wikipedia.org/wiki/trombone encoremusic.com/trombone entertainment.partypop.com/categories/trombone_players.html events.weddingpartyhelp.com/categories/trombone_players.html gifts.cartoonstalk.com/directory/t/trombone_player_gifts.asp gigmasters.com/trombone/trombone.asp giles.com/Yamaha 1, Yamaha trombone gregboyer.net groovebone.org groups.msn.com/tromboneplayer groups.msn.com/tromboneplayer/links.msnw harmony-central.com/forums, trombone player support group hdl.loc.gov/loc.music/sm1879.11662, Gus Williams ibowtie.com/stepup.html, brass forum icehouse.net/aprilb/trombone.htm, trombone jokes indiejazz.org/article02.htm, playing lead trombone in a jazz band interlog.com/tildejohn13/trombone.htm, memoirs of a trombone player ita-web.org/quotations/quote.cfm jazztrombonehistory.com jumbush.com/tbone1.htm, trombone jokes jwpepper.com/jazz_ensemble_solo_features_trombone.list kagarice.com gonstoll.net/pages/trombones/mixuter.htm lentine.com library.thinkquest.org/5116/trombone.htm library.vanderbilt.edu/music/research/trombone.pdf math.purdue.edu/bell/lcb/trombone.html, the psychology of the trombone player mathcs.duq.edu/iben/tromb.htm metacafe.com/watch/6192/ultimate_trombone_player mycafehn.com valve trombone missouri.edu/c-seric monet.net/newsite/mouthpieces_trombone.htm music.novica.com music123.com trombone mutes thebalance.com/musicians-4073990 musicianspage.com/musicians-list/instrumentalists/trombone/other.html musicianspage.com/musicians-list/instrumentalists/trombone/pop.html musicamounts.org/instruments/wind/brass/trombone/links musicroom.com musolist.com/trombone-player-wanted osmond.com/prod/access/shilka/trb_tb.htm, mouthpieces park.net/references/stephen_wilson.htm partypop.com/registers/vendors_3185.html, trombone players directory phillyjazz.org/trombone.html raysanders.net rosevillebigband.org/personnel/moregn/trombonefamily.htm scriptorium.lib.duke.edu/sheet music/b/b07/b0764 sheetmusicplus.com stagepass.com/instruction/books stephenturpic.com trbnplyear.com trombone.org tromboneasylum.bravehost.com/joke.html trombonedoc.net trombonesonline.com trombonespot.com trombone-usa.com usd.edu/tjelsma/trombonelit.htm, trombone solo vancouverjazz.com/forums warburton-usa.com/catalog-trombone.htm windplayer.com online publication for woodwind and brass players. yeodug.com. yeodug.com/articles/trombone_gallery/trombone_gallery.html. youtube.com, I'm just a trombone player. youtube.com, trombone player. Trumpet/trumpet player. A trumpet has 3 valves. Notes are created by pressing combinations of these valves. 8notes.com. able.hive.no/oj/music/k/trompt/jokes.html. able.hive.no/oj/music/k/trompt/links.html. able.hive.no/trumpet/links.html. allaboutjazz.com. answers.com/topic/trumpet-player. audiomastermind.com. audiomastermind.com. bandsourceproductions.com. bbtrumpet.com. boptae.com/en/wikipedia/t/tr/trumpet.html. brasstracks.com/trumpet_lessons.htm. buffum.com/trumpet.html. childrensmusicworkshop.com/instruments/trumpet/index.html. columbia.thefreedictionary.com/piccolo+trumpet. commons.wikimedia.org/wiki/trumpet. cyberjazz.com. davedouglas.com. eddylewis.com/trumpet/essays/makingit.htm. ejazznews.com. elviscostello.info/wiki/index.php/trumpet_players. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/trumpet. encoremusic.com. everythingtrumpet.com. everythingtrumpet.com/trumpet-faq.html. fliphokes.com. garageband.com/artist/allegrojazz. gigmasters.com, hire a trumpet player. gigmasters.com/trumpet/trumpet.asp. hickeys.com. hudson.nu/trumpet. icehouse.net/aprilb/trumpet.htm. indiejazz.org. ewasdoingallright.com. jazztrumpet.co.uk. jazztrumpetsolos.com. jeffkaisermusic.com. jessazealandgut.com. malcolmmcnab.com. marchingbandplanet.com. nafme.org. mikemetheny.com. music123.com. thebalance.com/musicians-40739990. musicianspage.com/musicians-list/instrumentalists/trumpet/classical.html. musicianspage.com/musicians-list/instrumentalists/trumpet/jazz.html. musolist.com/trumpet-player-wanted. myspace.com/bartphilly-trumpet-player. partypop.com/categories/trumpet_players.html. rawbrass.com. rawbrass.com, trumpet forum, trumpet classifieds, trumpet cases. richeszabo.com. r-o-d-y-t-r-u-m-p-e-t.cc. search.com/reference/trumpet. sheetmusicplus.com, solos for the trumpet player. steventurpic.com. stunttrumpet.com. thetrumpеттub.com. tonys-page.com/a_little_trumpet_player.htm. tpin.org. trentaustin.com. trumpetgeek.com. trumpetguild.org. trumpetjazz.com. trumpetmusician.com. trumpetofTheLord.com. trumpet-player.ca. trumpetplayeronline.com. trumpetpro.com. trumpetstudio.com. trumpetstuff.com. vancouvertrumpet.com. whc.net/rjones/trumpage.html. Tuba/tuba player. A tuba is a big brass instrument. A sousaphone is bigger. Ideaonline.org, International Tuba Euphonium Association. Groups.msn.com/sousaphone and tuba central. Pagatuner.com/tuba/honey.html. tubachristmas.com. tubanews.com. mistaproductions.com/tubachristmas.htm. angelfire.com/ca7/loyal2bist/tubas.html. answers.com/topic/tuba. army.com/mos/mos_42r_tuba.html. basstrombone.nl/forum. bestiairs.com/oldtubaplayer.html, confessions of an old tuba player. bestiairs.com/oldtubaplayerdisc.htm. brass-forum.co.uk. contrabass.com/pages/orchestra-tuba.html. cpmc.columbia.edu/tuba.html. crystalrecords.com/tuba.html. dwarden.com/2-articles-thoughts.cfm. elineuberger.com/music.html, tuba player. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/tuba. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/tuba_fats_laysen. encoremupub.com/tuba_gifts.htm. fineartsbrass.co.uk/tuba01. icehouse.net/aprilb/tuba.htm, tuba jokes. library.thinkquest.org/5116/tuba.htm. loudmouthpieces.com/tuba.php. louisville.edu/drwald01/tubatext.html. musicianspage.com/musicians-lists/instrumentalists/tuba/classical.html. musicroom.com. physics.ohio-state.edu/corwin/fun/tuba.htm. playmusic.org/brass/tuba.html. rickdenny.com/tuba_collection.htm. romantictraveling.com/tubagirl.htm. sheetmusicplus.com, solos for the tuba player. smcpublications.com/studyguides/tuba. smcpublications.com/studyguides/tuba/index.html. smcpublications.com/studyguides/tuba/tuba6.htm. southernmusic.com/studyguides/tuba5.htm. stagepass.com/instruction/books. susansinclair.blogspot.com, Tales of a 9th grade tuba player. talkaboutthemusic.com/group/alt.music.tuba/messages/4444.html. tinadivikianline.org/articles/tubaplayer.html. themusicedge.com/moxie/school/bander/ch/the-tuba.shtml. tuba.is.nl/player.html. tubajoe.com. tubanews.com. tubanews.com/forums. tubapertalon.dk/uk_links_tuba.asp. tubastudio.com. txband.com/pdfs/kenfield.pdf, techniques for the intermediate tuba player. Tuba websites at rss.feedspot.com/tuba_rss_feeds. andrewhits.com/blog. jeremylewistuba.com/tublog. makemusic.com/blog. smartmusic.com/search/tuba/feed/rss2. tubapastor.blogspot.com